debating about this for a while, but I think there's some things that I'm going to share occasionally that I'm just going to call things that I didn't learn in seminary. And this isn't meant to be critical of the school I went to. I went to Liberty University and Liberty Theological Seminary, and I learned a lot there. It was transformational for me, so I'm not being critical of that, but there are just some things about ministry or whatever your profession may be you just can't learn in school. And so I want to share some of that for two reasons. One is to maybe encourage other pastors like me that are like, I didn't see this coming. How do I work through this stuff? Or if you go to a church and maybe you're not close enough for to your pastor that you would normally hear these kinds of things from them, might give you some perspective into some things that they are working through. So first one is just a simple one, and it is this, that seminary never prepared me to run a business. And there is just a business side to church ministry. And I just was not ready for that. I was not ready for all of the meetings. I was not ready for leading staff. I was not ready for budgets and spreadsheets and all of those things. And so the schooling I went to, although it was great and I learned a lot, it just didn't prepare me for the weight that comes with some of the decisions that have to be made. When you have to let a staff member go, when you have to figure out how to balance the budget, when you are deciding what bills are going to be paid if things are tight, or you're making decisions that just negatively impact people. And so what I've had to learn to do over time is to lean on people who have expertise and to pray a lot. And so if you're a pastor and you've been struggling with that, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to draw people in and let them encourage you and let them use the gifts that God has given them to guide you through the process. For you as a church member, just know that these are some of the things that might be weighing on your pastor, some hard decisions that they might have to make. And there also may be some times, and I think this is key, because we sometimes feel like as pastors that we've got to have all the information, that we have got to be all wise, all knowing. And the reality is we know there's only one who is, and that is God. And yet sometimes we feel like we're expected by our people, the people that we lead, the people that we love, to have those attributes when we really don't. And so know that your pastor might be carrying that weight, and that could be an area that you can pray for. And that if you happen to be someone who does have those business skills, that expertise, offering that up to your pastor, to leaders of your church, might actually be a way you can get plugged in and be a blessing to them. Understand that they're going to want to weigh the things that you offer with biblical insight and biblical guidelines. But at the end of the day, we're all called to be a body together, and that's the key, that each of us uses the gifts and abilities, the skills and the gifts that God has given us, and we offer those to the body of Christ so that for His glory we can function together and we can make up for each other's weaknesses. That was just one of mine as I came out of seminary, and I had to learn some things. I hope this is encouraging and helpful, and there'll be more to come.